Learning and using French expressions are a great way to improve your everyday spoken French. And as you probably already know, food is at the center of French culture. It is so important for us. So today, let's learn colloquial expressions around les légumes, vegetables in French. This is what you will be able to do after watching this lesson. You will know and use 5 new French colloquial expressions to sound French, even to the French. As usual, you can download the full written lesson on commeunefrancaise.com. You just have to leave your first name and your email, and you will get the PDF right away. It is completely free. You can print it, you can save it for later and share it with your friends. It is completely up to you. If you're watching this lesson on YouTube, do not miss out on my free Everyday French Crash Course. It's a completely free mini course to sound French, even to the French, that is available on commeunefrancaise.com. Again, you just have to leave your first name and email, and you will get lesson 1 immediately. It's a short 10-day course to sound even more French when you're speaking. You will find the link below the video on the description. Bonjour, c'est Géraldine, bienvenue sur Comme une Française. Allez, c'est parti! Our first expression today is les carottes sont cuites. Les carottes sont cuites. Literally, the carrots are cooked. In French, it means the chips are down or your goose is cooked. It means that's the end, there's nothing else we can do. In French, instead of les carottes sont cuites, you could say c'est fini. That's over. C'est fichu. That's done. There's nothing new we can do. C'est fichu. C'est perdu. That's lost. C'est fini. C'est fichu. C'est perdu. All mean the same. Les carottes sont cuites. How can we use les carottes sont cuites? For example, le train part dans 10 minutes et tu n'es toujours pas arrivé à la gare. Les carottes sont cuites, tu vas le rater. Le train part dans 10 minutes et tu n'es toujours pas arrivé à la gare. Les carottes sont cuites, tu vas le rater. The train is leaving in 10 minutes and you're still not at the train station. Les carottes sont cuites, you're going to miss the train. Our second expression around vegetables today is c'est la fin des haricots. C'est la fin des haricots. Literally, that's the end of the beans, of the green beans, actually. It means something that is very close to les carottes sont cuites. It means like game over, or we've had it now, or we've hit rock bottom, or it could not get worse than that, okay? It's a very close meaning to les carottes sont cuites, but this one I think is a bit more desperate. You could say c'est fini instead. C'est fini, that's over. C'est fini. Well, it's exactly the same as c'est la fin des haricots because you could just say c'est la fin. But c'est fini works as well. For example, il ne reste plus que de la moutarde et un yaourt dans le frigo. C'est la fin des haricots. Il va vraiment falloir aller faire des courses. Il ne reste plus que de la moutarde et un yaourt dans le frigo. C'est la fin des haricots. Il va vraiment falloir faire des courses. There are only mustard and a yogurt left in the fridge. C'est la fin des haricots. We're really going to have to go and buy some groceries. The third one is mettre du beurre dans les épinards. Mettre du beurre dans les épinards. Literally, to put some butter in the spinach. What does this mean? I found this translation in English that's to put butter on your bread, but literally it means to improve your situation, or more usually to improve your financial situation, okay? So it's about money usually, but it's about improving a situation with a bit of extra money. So in French, you could simply say, instead of mettre du beurre dans les épinards, you could say améliorer la situation as well. Améliorer la situation, to improve the situation. For example, je donne des cours de yoga à côté de mon travail. Ça ne paye pas beaucoup, mais ça met du beurre dans les épinards. Je donne des cours de yoga à côté de mon travail. Ça ne paye pas beaucoup, mais ça met du beurre dans les épinards. I'm giving yoga classes on the side of my work. It doesn't pay much, but it does that. Mettre du beurre dans les épinards. It improves the situation. I really like this one. It's super cute. Mettre du beurre dans les épinards. Raconter des salades. Raconter des salades. Literally to tell salads. That's very weird. In English, you could say to spin a yarn, to tell stories, or more simply, to lie. That's why in French, you could also say mentir, to lie, mentir. Or raconter des bobards, which is an everyday spoken French slang for lies. Or raconter des histoires, to tell stories, okay? So mentir is to lie. Raconter des bobards, raconter des histoires is to tell stories, or to tell lies actually. Raconter des bobards or raconter des histoires, it's the same as raconter des salades, because here salad is a synonym for a lie in everyday spoken French slang. Raconter des salades is super cute as well. This is how you could use it. Arrête de me raconter des salades. Je ne te crois pas du tout. Tu as raté le train parce que tu étais en retard comme d'habitude. Arrête de me raconter des salades. Je ne te crois pas du tout. Tu as raté le train parce que tu étais en retard comme d'habitude. Don't lie to me. I don't believe you at all. You missed the train because you were late as usual. Not good. S'occuper de ses oignons. S'occuper de ses oignons, literally to take care of your own onions. It means to mind your own business. Yes. So, for example, instead of s'occuper de ses oignons, a synonym in French could be ne pas mettre son nez dans les affaires des autres. Ne pas mettre son nez dans les affaires des autres. Literally to mind your own business, not to put your nose in someone else's business. For example, occupe-toi de tes oignons, c'est mon mariage et pas le tien. Occupe-toi de tes oignons, c'est mon mariage, pas le tien. Mind your own business, it's my wedding, not yours. The expression is s'occuper de ses oignons. There's another expression that is very close to it, it just shows it on the other side, is ce n'est pas mes oignons. Ce n'est pas mes oignons, or tes oignons, or ses oignons, etc. Depending on who you're talking to or talking about. Ce n'est pas mes oignons. This is none of my business, your business, of his business. So you can see the angle is a bit different, but because it's the same word and the same intention, I really wanted to show it to you today. So it means ça ne me regarde pas. It's none of my business actually. Ça ne me regarde pas, ça ne te regarde pas, ça ne le regarde pas, etc. So these are two expressions that are very closely linked that will depend on who is talking, because some people will say s'occuper de ses oignons, other people will say ce n'est pas ses oignons, etc. Depending on the angle of the sentence, but both mean roughly the same. You have to mind your own business. Now, what did you learn today? Let's do a little quiz. How would you say ça ne me regarde pas with an expression with vegetables? Ça ne me regarde pas. How would you say ça améliore la situation? Ça améliore la situation. An expression with vegetables. And at last, c'est fini, il n'y a plus rien à faire. C'est fini, il n'y a plus rien à faire. Here you can find two expressions that mean that. So, what do you think? Ça ne me regarde pas is ce n'est pas mes oignons. Ce n'est pas mes oignons. Ça améliore la situation is usually about money that influences a situation in a good way. Ça améliore la situation. Ça met du beurre dans les épinards. Ça met du beurre dans les épinards. Remember putting butter in spinach. And at last, c'est fini, il n'y a plus rien à faire. You could say, les carottes sont cuites. Les carottes sont cuites. Or, c'est la fin des haricots. C'est la fin des haricots. Both mean roughly the same, so you can use both. One last thing about this lesson on French expressions around vegetables. I did not talk about le chou, the cabbage, because there's so many expressions with that I can do a full lesson about it with, I think I will do in the future, on French expression with chou. So if you know a few of those, I did not forget them. I just wanted to keep them for later because there's so many. We can do a full lesson on that. Le chou is very popular in French expressions. That's cabbage. Le chou. Et toi, what is your favorite new expression with vegetables? It can be an old, it can be a new one. What's your favorite expression with vegetables? Tell me in the comments below the video on Comme en Française. That would be fantastic. For example, you can try it in French. Mon expression préférée est mettre du beurre dans les épinards parce que je l'avais entendu avant sans la comprendre. Now you know. Mon expression préférée est mettre du beurre dans les épinards parce que je l'avais entendu avant sans la comprendre. Well done. If you learned something today, which I hope you did, please share this lesson with a Francophile friend. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can put a thumb up. That would be very nice. Or you can also subscribe to the channel on YouTube so you don't miss out on any lesson. And you can share this lesson with a friend as well. You can do that by Twitter, Facebook, email, telling them about it, and even better, telling your French class about it. I'm sure other students would love to hear about French expressions with vegetables. They're pretty fun to use. If you want more spoken French, go to commenfrancaise.com and register for my 10-day everyday French crash course. It is a completely free mini course, 10-day mini course, and you can access lesson 1 immediately by leaving your first name and email. You can unsubscribe anytime if you don't like it, but students seem to like it very much. I wish you une bonne journée, une bonne soirée, a good evening, maybe a good night, une bonne nuit if you're going to bed right away, and I will see you next Tuesday. Allez, salut!